Hey guys, I just want to make a quick video to talk about some free graphing calculators for your PC. Now, a lot of you guys in class probably are familiar with your TI-83 or TI-84 calculators, and those are nice and all, but sometimes you want to have a calculator on the computer. Like, let's say you're doing a project for your math or science class, and you want to just real quickly display a graph so that you could print it out in a Word document. These graphing calculators will allow you to do that really quickly without having to link up your TI or anything like that. And also, if you want to word process math symbols like integrals or limits or sigma notation or anything like that, there's some programs that you could use that'll handle that all for you really well. And like I said, all of these programs are free. So the first program I'm going to talk about is called GraphCalc. GraphCalc is an open source graphing calculator that you could use for your computer. And first of all, it can handle some, your basic functions, like let's say 7 squared, 49. And of course, what we really want is the graphing calculator. So it works a lot like your TI calculator. These are your Y1 and your Y2s and all that right here. All you do is you go to any Y and you write your equation, just like you would on your TI calculator, and hit enter. Then right there, it'll print out your graph. And also, it could do some stuff just like your TI calculator, like do tangent lines. So, say this is just a parabola, y equals x squared. Let's say you want to find the tangent line, the slope of the tangent line at x equals 2. It'll graph it for you, and of course we know from our calculus that the slope of the parabola x squared at x equals 2 is 4. So it'll do that for you real well. And the other calculus that it could do is finding the area underneath the curve. So let's say you want to go from 0 to 5. It'll graph that area for you, and it'll tell you what the area is right here, 41.642. So those are some useful math things that you could do with GraphCalc. And also another really cool thing that it has is 3D graphing. So let's say you move on past calculus A, B, and B, C, and you move on to multivariate calculus. You could use a lot of those same functions to graph three-dimensional functions, which is especially important because a lot of those three-dimensional graphs can be kind of hard to wrap your head around. So just go here. Instead of having your Y1 and your Y2, you'd have your Z1 and your Z2 because it's 3D. Now to get this program, just go on Google, type in GraphCalc, go to their website, just click download, and it's a free download. And they have a Windows version and a Linux version, whatever system you're using. Download it, and you're good to go. The second program I want to talk about is called Microsoft Math. Now, obviously, you need to have Microsoft to run Microsoft Math, but what this is, again, it's a graphing calculator, and it's also a regular calculator. It could do complex numbers, statistics, trigonometry, linear algebra, and your standard math operations. Now, I really like this because it can process these symbols like integrals and limits, sigma, all that stuff really well. So if you're writing up a paper for math and you don't have access to those symbols, you could get them really easily right here. And of course, the other feature with this is you could use that as a graphing calculator. So right here, just like you would with any other calculator, y equals, let's do x squared again. Hit graph. There you go. Also could do parametric form, Cartesian, polar form, all that stuff. So this is your other graphing calculator, and again, it's free from Microsoft. It has this feature, which is pretty cool. Basically, what you do is you take your mouse and you could draw kind of like almost using a pencil in this little text field right here, and it'll try to recognize whatever you're drawing right here. And you could just copy and paste this now into any Word document. So it's real easy if you know, it'll try to recognize what symbols you're using. Sometimes it's not 100% accurate, but if you get your handwriting neat enough, usually it'll figure out what you're doing. So in order to get this, again, just go to Google, type in Microsoft Math, and it's messed up right here, but it should be download now. You can just click right here, download Microsoft Mathematics 4.0. And it's a free download, as you can see. And then the last program is called GeoGebra. Now this is a real good program for doing coordinate geometry, like conic sections, that kind of thing. You could graph a circle real easily. You could just plot points right here, make 2D polygons and that kind of thing. And the good thing about it is that it'll keep track of all these points for you so that you could do your coordinate algebra with them. And other than that, you could also use it as a graphing calculator. So say y equals, just like we did before, x squared. We'll graph that for you. So, and you could also do geometry constructions with this. Do angles and that kind of thing. Real good for algebra and geometry just to have. So I'm sure there's other programs out there. I just want to give you guys a quick overview. 3 really good free graphing calculators and for your PC that you could use and download. Especially if you don't have a graphing calculator, I think these will really help you.